Good day, St. Maarten. I'm Yesenia Lazaro.
And I'm also Lawrence.
And welcome back to another edition of St. Maarten News Desk.
Brought to you by TV15.
We bring the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
Throwback Thursday. But before we throw back anything, let's just get into these top headlines.
Government, Princess Juliana International Airport and Winair give special fares to strengthen family connections. The government of St. Maarten, together with Winair and the Princess Juliana International Airport, has launched a new senior citizen fare program to make regional travel more affordable for residents aged 65 and older. Starting September 1st, seniors can enjoy 30% off Winair's value fare on selected flights to Curaçao, Aruba, and Bonaire. Daily discounted fares to Saba and St. Eustatius will also continue. The program offers round-trip flights at reduced rates, one checked bag up to £50, a personal item up to £6, flexible date changes, and a 50% reduction in airport taxes at the airport. Tickets are available exclusively at the Winair sales office located at the airport, where a valid ID must be shown. The Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Luc Mercelina emphasized the social importance of the program, saying it helps seniors reconnect with loved ones and recognizes their contributions to the community. Minister of TEAT, the Honorable Grisha Heilige Martin, added that it's more than just a discount. It's about giving seniors dignity, freedom, and the chance to create new memories. Winair CEO Hans van der Velde stressed that this initiative prioritizes people over profit, while Princess Juliana International Airport CEO Michael Cleaver said that the reduced taxes demonstrates the airport's commitment to making travel more accessible. As part of the launch, one senior citizen will receive a complimentary round-trip ticket during a ceremony with government and industry leaders. Winair will also run an awareness campaign to ensure seniors know how to take advantage of the program. With these new fares, St. Maarten's seniors can travel more easily, stay connected with family, and continue enjoying life in the Dutch Caribbean.
Independent vacation rentals, now a major player in St. Maarten. St. Maarten's independent vacation rental market continues to grow and now rivals the island's traditional hotel sector. According to the St. Maarten Hospitality and Trade Association, the Dutch side of the island had 3,568 operational hotel, timeshare, and guest house rooms in 2024. Meanwhile, independent vacation rentals, also known as short-term vacation rentals through platforms like Airbnb, VRBO, and increasingly Booking.com, have matched or even surpassed the hotel inventory. Tracking this sector is complex due to its dispersed nature, but data collected in partnership with IVR analytics company Lighthouse provides a reliable snapshot of the market. Unlike some providers, Lighthouse excludes hotel listings that also market on these platforms, ensuring a clear view of true vacation rental capacity. Further analysis examined occupancy trends. With an estimated average travel group of 2 persons, the Dutch side accounts for 37% of total IVR market revenue and 42% of total occupants, roughly 85,000 guests. The French side contributes the remaining share, highlighting how independent rentals are distributed across the island. This data underscores the growing importance of the IVR sector for St. Maarten's economy, complementing hotels and providing visitors with more flexible accommodation options. As the market continues to expand, the island is seeing a shift in how tourists choose to stay, giving travelers more choices while also boosting local economic activity.
Prime Minister Mercelina champions St. Maarten's interests abroad. On September 10th, the Prime Minister attended the extraordinary general meeting of Sabre Bank Resources NV, focusing on financial performance, governance, and long-term strategy. He stressed the importance of revenue-generating opportunities to ensure the company's sustainability and continued value for shareholders. Prime Minister Mercelina also represented Sint Maarten at the annual general meeting of the Dutch Caribbean Air Navigation Service Provider, DCANSP. Key discussions included the 2024 annual report, the 2026 to 2030 business plan, and board appointments. The Prime Minister emphasized the need to balance investments in aviation modernization with fair shareholder returns, while creating training and job opportunities for Sint Maarteners. Sint Maarten's interventions also supported a midterm review mechanism in long-term investments plans, giving shareholders flexibility to adapt strategies as needed. While in Curaçao, PM Marcelina held bilateral talks with Prime Minister Gilmar Pisas, focusing on economic resilience, energy transition, and regional security. He described collaboration between the islands as vital for stability and growth of the Dutch Caribbean. Additionally, he met with former Netherlands Antilles Prime Minister Maria Liberia Peters to reflect on the region's political and economic evolution, highlighting the importance of leadership continuity and learning from history while taking bold steps forward. Through these engagements, Prime Minister Mercelina strengthened Sint Maarten's shareholder voice and ensured the island's interests remain central in regional development. From international conferences to local backyards, food security is becoming a pressing conversation for Sint Maarten. After the break, we take a closer look at the minister's efforts and what's being done to secure our island's food future.
A new day begins. The sun rises over Sint Maarten, bringing new energy, new possibilities. This island was built on resilience, progress, and the strength of its people. Our connection is what moves us forward. It links our communities, our businesses, our families. From the heart of the island to the shores beyond, we've connected Sint Maarten. From every street to every home, this network was built for Sint Maarten by Sint Maarten hands. Connection isn't just about signals, it's about people. This is your island and your network recharged. Proudly local, we're here for today, tomorrow, and every milestone ahead.
Mizzy with a Sunshine Report straight out of Sunshine City, Sint Maarten, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us. Don't forget to follow NEWSDESK on Facebook for your daily Sunshine Report. So as you enjoy the rest of your day, stay safe, stay friendly, Sunshine City.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to remember to help keep you and your family safe. If you're not in an area that is advised to evacuate and you decide to stay in your home, plan for adequate supplies in case you lose power and water for several days and you're not able to leave due to flooding or blocked roads. This hurricane season, make a family emergency communication plan. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of Sint Maarten. The Ministry of Vromi, Department of Infrastructure Management, together with the Police Department KPSM, is making changes to traffic on a section of Canagita Street and Manzanella Steak, Phillipsburg. The Canagita Street from the intersection with Percy LaBega Street to Manzanella Steak will now be a one-way street. Inbound traffic can enter Canagita Street from Percy LaBega Street and drive straight ahead or turn left into Manzanella Steak. Outbound traffic leaving town on Canagita Street must make a right turn onto Manzanella Steak. Entry further into the Canagita Street will no longer be permitted. Outbound traffic exiting Manzanella Steak onto Walter Nisbet Road can either make a right or left-hand turn. The Ministry of Vromi, Department of Infrastructure Management, and the Police Department would like to thank the public for their attention to this change. Please follow the new traffic rules and signage and drive safely.
St. Maarten Library to rise anew after Hurricane Irma. The St. Maarten Library Board has officially begun the demolition of its old building damaged during Hurricane Irma in 2017, clearing the way for a modern, future-ready facility. Since the hurricane, the library has continued serving the community from a temporary location, offering access to books, literacy programs, and cultural activities. The demolition marks the start of a new chapter as plans to move forward to build a modern, innovative library designed to meet the needs of current and future generations. Chair Lady Josiane R. Peterson described the moment as more than just a demolition, calling it a symbol of transformation. The new library will combine modern design with functionality and inclusivity, featuring not only books but also technology hubs, creative spaces, and community areas. The board thanked the government of St. Maarten, community stakeholders, and residents for their continued support throughout the years. Peterson added that this step reflects the resilience of St. Maarteners, demonstrating that despite challenges, the community continues to rebuild and look forward with hope. With construction set to follow, the library aims to become a central hub for knowledge, creativity, and community life, ensuring St. Maarten remains connected, informed, and inspired for generations to come.
Finance Minister tackles vendor non-compliance on card payments. The Minister of Finance, the Honorable Marinka Gumbs, has provided an update on ongoing vendor non-compliance regarding bank card usage. The issue, first raised publicly in July, concerns businesses that continue to impose minimum purchase requirements when customers use cards, a practice prohibited under vendor agreements by banks. The St. Maarten's Bankers Association clearly states that merchants must accept both Visa and MasterCard without extra fees or minimum purchase limits, and display card acceptance signage. Despite this, some vendors continue to ignore these rules. On August 28th, Minister Gumbs sent a letter with a list of non-compliant businesses received from the public to the Bankers Association, requesting an investigation and appropriate enforcement. Updates on compliance are expected to be shared with her office, and consumers can report violations directly via the association's email. As the matter falls under vendor agreements rather than law, the Bankers Association leads enforcement. However, Minister Gumbs is exploring ways for the government to strengthen compliance, including linking adherence to business license issuance, providing a direct mechanism to ensure accountability. The minister emphasized the importance of these measures as St. Maarten moves towards a more digital economy, saying that customers should not be forced to spend more just to use their bank cards. She also noted discussions with the Central Bank of Curaçao and St. Maarten regarding transaction fees to find workable solutions for vendors. Minister Gumbs concluded by underlining that while broader financial reforms take time, concrete steps to enforce compliance and protect consumers are essential for building trust in the island's growing digital economy.
USM launches shared chair on the impact of slavery. The University of St. Maarten, in collaboration with the Caribbean Higher Education Council, CHEC, and partner universities across the region, is hosting the joint virtual kickoff of the Shared Chair on the Impact of Slavery on Thursday, September 18th, today. The event runs from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. This initiative builds on the 2022 to 2024 Transatlantic Dialogue on the Legacy of Slavery and launches the Intramural Chair on Slavery and Its Consequences, supported by the Dutch Ministry of Education, Culture and Science. The Shared Chair brings together scholars from Aruba, Curaçao and St. Maarten to examine slavery and its aftermath from a Caribbean perspective. Research is organized around 4 key areas: slavery's legacies, trauma, resistance and resilience, impact on education, teaching and learning, immigration, identity and the condition of labor, and small island slavery. Experts from across the region, including Professor Dr. Rose Mary Allen, Dr. Paula Kibalar, Dr. Luc Alofs, and USM President Professor Dr. Antonio Carmona Baez, will present the framework for each work package. The hybrid event will take place at the University of Curaçao, University of Aruba, and University of St. Maarten, with virtual participation available. Interactive features allow attendees to submit questions and feedback, ensuring engagement across all locations. Professor Dr. Carmona Baez highlighted that this collaboration strengthens shared understanding of history, while creating space for dialogue, research, and new perspectives on slavery's continuing impact today. Community members, students, researchers, and the general public are encouraged to participate. Registration is required by September 16th. It's too late now. Via email at valdahazel@usm.sx. Farmers, markets, home growers, and global partnerships, all a part of one bigger picture. Coming up, we explore how Minister Marinka Gumbs is actively driving St. Maarten's food security initiatives. After the break.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every love, every adventure. Number one provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them it's there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road.
What is it?
Guess what? I got an idea. It's amazing. You see how we have the link sharing all everywhere?
QR link,
the
yeah.
QR link?
Yeah.
Raw Caribbean Channel app. Yeah. You're welcome. Put it in the back.
But it's not an app though. It's not an app. App, you have to like download something to get it on your phone, take up space. It's not an app.
It's like an app. Therefore, it can be an app. So, it's an app. Raw Caribbean TV app. Say it with me, Al. Come on.
It's not an app though. All you gotta do with that, it's a link. You take the link, you hit the bookmark, you say add to home screen, and so it shows up like an app icon, but it's not an app though.
Are you a real person? It is an app because you get to watch all the programs from Raw Caribbean at one place. It is an app.
I don't know how to explain this to you, but factually and technically, it's not an app. Kind of like we do the news, facts,
Yeah.
and you do that thing you do.
Whoa.
Point being, you just go to the QR, you hit bookmarks, and you hit add to home screen, and then you can have the link to, let's give it another name.
The app.
You want to call it the app?
Raw Caribbean TV app.
Jess.
Yes.
Jess, please, give some sense, Jess. Jess.
It's kind of like an app.
That's why she gets the big bucks.
It's not an app, though. It's not a f***ing app. What the f***? It's not a f***ing app.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with her mouth? My God. Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Yes.
It's not an app, though.
Minister of TEAT, the Honorable Grisha Martin, recently participated in the Food Security Summit X in Dubai, alongside global policymakers and experts. Her involvement demonstrates not only Sint Maarten's presence on the international stage, but also the minister's hands-on approach in ensuring the island's food resilience. For more, let's hear from Alston.
While attending the 28th Universal Postal Congress in Dubai, Honorable Minister Grisha Martin engaged in the opening day of the Food Security Summit X 2025. This summit brought together innovators, policymakers, and experts to share strategies on agricultural innovation, sustainability, and global food security. The minister highlighted how the ideas and technologies presented could be adapted for Sint Maarten and announced plans to host follow-up meetings locally to explore collaborations with international partners. But Minister Martin's effort extends far beyond attending conferences. She has personally visited local farms, including Yellow Sage, Arrowroot, Eco Sint Maarten, Agricultural Research Foundation, and Hillside Plantation, just to name a few. Meeting farmers, listening to their challenges, and gathering input to properly establish a functioning Department of Agriculture and Fisheries. The COVID-19 pandemic showed us how vulnerable we are when we rely almost entirely on imports. Minister Martin said agriculture will now receive the attention it deserves. We will engage those working in the sector to devise a workable plan to bolster food production and contribute to overall food security. Community-driven initiatives are also flourishing. The farmers market provides a platform for local producers, while the lockdown sparked a surge in home gardening. Residents continue to connect via the Facebook page Home Growers of Sint Maarten, sharing tips and resources. Innovative businesses like Spaceless Gardens are helping maximize limited space for growing fresh produce. Regionally, the minister has been actively engaging with neighboring islands. She participated in the DCALFA conference in Winair, the Caribbean Energy Conference in Curacao, and the Agroalimentaria 2025 in the Dominican Republic. These missions enable Sint Maarten to exchange knowledge, explore new trade opportunities, and identify scalable practices for farming and fisheries, including containerized farming, renewable energy applications, and partnerships to strengthen the fisheries sector. Locally, the launch of the Agri-Business Academy by Credits has provided a 12-week training program for farmers and fishers, equipping them with practical skills in modern agriculture, entrepreneurship, and sustainable business practices. The first cohort of graduates recently completed the program and now have access to low-interest loans to bring their business ideas to life. A tangible demonstration of the minister's commitment to building both food security and economic resilience. With these combined efforts, international engagement, local farmer support, educational programs, and community initiatives, Minister Martin is actively shaping Sint Maarten's path toward a more resilient and self-sufficient food system.
From international conferences to backyard gardens, Minister Marinka Gumbs' leadership is driving meaningful change in St. Maarten's food security efforts. As government, community, and regional partners continue to collaborate, these seeds planted today may determine how sustainable our island's future will be. That was our featured report. That's all the time we have for today's edition of Sint Maarten News Desk.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday morning at 8 a.m. on TV 15 and then across all social media platforms. My name is Alston Lawrence.
And mine is Jasenia Lassiter. Wish you an amazing evening. See you next time.
Stay friendly, Sint Maarten.